Welcome to the Daniel Fast. Today I'm doing bean and zucchini patties, a really quick, delicious dinner. Everything comes together in about 30 minutes or less. So you want to start by chopping your onion. I'm using a half of a medium onion because I don't like too much raw onions in my recipe. The original recipe calls for 3 onions, which I think is way too much. And I should also note that I'm cutting the recipe in half. So I'm using a half portion for everything. And the link to the original recipe, of course, will be in the description box below. Once you chop your onions, you're going to prepare your red kidney beans. You're going to drain and rinse them, add them to a bowl, and then mash them. You can, of course, process this in a food processor. I prefer to do it by hand because I think it allows me more control, because I don't want it to go left and become a puree. You want to rough mash something that looks like this. So you can put that aside once you finish, and then we're going to peel our zucchini. I used a half of a medium zucchini, and then I'm going to chop it. And you want bite-sized cubes. That's really important. So once I finish slicing them, I slice it again into thirds lengthwise, and then thirds again along crosswise. And the reason why you want cubes is because it's going to prevent it from binding properly if you have too many big pieces. Once you finish chopping your zucchini, add that to your beans, and then add your onions, and then you're going to add your binder. The binder is going to be oat flour, and so don't go out and buy it. You can make it at home. Use a food processor. I use my NutriBullet to make it. You can also use your blender. You add that to your mix, and then you add your seasonings, which is curry powder. And I live in a West Indian household, so that's always on hand. And then you add salt to taste. Combine everything with your hands. That way you can feel if you have the right consistency. If it's too wet, you're going to want to add a little more oat flour, which will help it to bind better. Once you've got the right consistency, make your patties. You want the patties, I guess, to be the size of half a cup measure. And you can make about 8 to 9 patties, I think, with the mix that I made. So then you add oil to a hot pan. You're going for about a medium heat. Swirl the patties around to make sure that they, don't stick to the pan. And just let it sit, let it cook for about 1.5 minutes to 2 minutes on each side. And you should have a nice golden brown color. And it'll smell really good while it's cooking as well. It's a really easy, quick meal for the weeknight. And that's what it looks like. That's the final product. So like I said, they are delicate, but they're delicious. So I hope that you'll give it a try, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.